Today we're at Wolverhampton Driving Test Centre. We're going to explore some of the local roads and we'll make up our own test route. A test route is designed to challenge you, and it must really incorporate certain things. Pause the video while you think about what might be included in a driving test. There are certain things prescribed in law which have to be included in a driving test. First of all, it has to be at least 30 minutes of driving. Generally it will be more like 35 to 45 minutes. There has to be one reversing manoeuvre. That could be something like a car park or a parallel park on the street. The rest of the test is down to the discretion of the examiner and more likely the test centre manager. The test centre manager generally designs the routes. They are likely to include roundabouts, turning left, going straight on and turning right. It's likely to include simple roundabouts and multi-lane roundabouts. It will also include traffic lights, turning left, going ahead and turning right. And it may include turning right at a filter arrow. It will also include maybe country lanes depending on your test area, and it's likely to include residential roads, perhaps going past a school, to see if you take the appropriate measures with your speed and observation. So let's go and have a little explore, and we'll talk about what we see and what we do on the way. The gate behind me is locked. I know there's nobody going to come out of there. The road to the left and right is clear. Quick blind spot check. No signal, nobody to see it. And we'll take the first road on the left. Left mirror check, make sure there isn't a cyclist there. This road is signposted as 15 miles per hour. It's a private road and the 15 mile per hour sign is therefore only advisory. We're turning right at the end of the road. We can't see very clearly at all because of the brick wall to the right. So this is going to be a stop. I'm leaning forwards to get a better view in both directions. Tiny bit of clutch creep. Check the rear mirror, no one's following me, so I can accelerate gently. Got parked cars ahead, checking the right mirror before moving around, nobody coming towards me. A speed limiter is set to 30 miles per hour, the speed limit on this road. Two cars approaching, the road is wide. There are some side roads to the left, no vehicles visible at the moment. Parked cars on both sides, I'm reducing my speed, one car pulling up on my side of the road, using brake to slow down, right mirror check before going round the car. Traffic lights are currently on red. They're likely to be green by the time we get there. I've got two cyclists, one on the pavement, one on the road coming towards me. There's nobody trying to overtake me at the moment, so I can move around the cyclist. Using some brake to slow down, trying not to stop before our light goes green. I've selected first gear, ready to go. Left signal is on, no cyclists on the left now. Traffic light in the opposite direction has turned red, so it's probably green for me soon. Left mirror check, right mirror check. And we managed to keep the car moving at a couple of miles per hour. We're turning left at the traffic lights ahead. We've got a red light and a green light. That tells me that there's a filter arrow in operation. left mirror check for the left turn. I'm staying out of the hatching area until it finishes, left mirror check before moving over. If traffic was congested, we could drive in that hatched area if we wanted to, as it was surrounded by a broken white line. At the roundabout, we're going ahead, second exit. Off the gas, little bit of brake to slow down, taking second gear. I can't see clearly to the right because of the bush. All clear to carry on, back on the gas. Left signal to come off. We're on a 50-mile-an-hour road. We've got a sign to say it's a clear way, no stopping. I've increased my speed limiter to 50. I'm noting there's a car on the right-hand lane. I'm suspecting he's going to do a U-turn at the roundabout. Into fifth gear at 45 miles an hour. I'm going ahead, second exit at the roundabout. Using my brakes to slow down. We've got two pedestrians on the left. I'm taking third gear, 30 miles an hour. I've got a reasonable view to the right. All clear, carrying on. Left signal to come off. Checking my right mirror, overtaking the car in front. At the roundabout, we're going ahead, second exit towards Walsall. This lane says Walsall A463, so I'll stick with it into a 40-mile-an-hour zone. Lots of traffic to the right, I'm slowing down rapidly. Selected first gear, ready to go at any opportunity. I'm thinking I may be able to go soon. Kept the car moving at half a mile an hour. There's exit number 1. Signal to come off. This roundabout is very badly painted. Traffic merging from the left. I'll stay in this lane to let them do that. Making progress on the cars on the left, so I'll stay in this lane. Green light for straight on. Bus is slowing down, traffic might try and overtake. I'm just slowing down preemptively. All safe again, back on the gas. Straight on, second exit towards Walsall at the roundabout. I'm looking for a straight arrow that says A463 in the road. This lane or the lane to the left is okay. First traffic light is green, second traffic light is turning green. Sticking between the dotted line, signal to come off into a 50-mile-an-hour zone. Let's overtake the white van. Going ahead, second exit again, A463. This lane is fine, so is the lane to the left. Not good view, all clear. Some rapid acceleration, third gear to fifth gear as we'd already reached almost 50 miles an hour. I'm already at the speed limit. I'm not really making progress alongside this van, so I'm going to come off the gas, let him get ahead, and I'll tuck into the left lane when it's safe. So the van's a good distance ahead of me now. Left mirror, left signal, let's move over. Going ahead, first exit at the roundabout. I've slowed to 33, third gear. I can see more traffic to the right, so slowing down more. Second gear, first gear. All clear to the right. I'm not going to try and race the van. He's proved to me that he can accelerate quite quickly. So let's just take it easy. I want to follow the signs now for Wolverhampton. The green sign tells me that Wolverhampton is the left lane. I can see a sign for sharp bend to the left, so I'm slowing down using the brakes. I've slowed down to about 30, I'm taking third gear, clutch is back up, tiny bit of gas to drive me around the bend. Warning sign to say that there's traffic merging from the right. I'm staying in this lane following the sign for Bilston, and it will be left first exit at the roundabout. Braking, signalling left. I can go after the white van. I've selected third gear to continue. The signal came off, but I was already into the junction, so I didn't worry about turning it back on again. Pedestrian crossing lights appear to be broken. There isn't any pedestrians nearby. We're in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, bringing my speed limiter down to 30. We're going ahead at the traffic lights. Use my brakes. I'll pull up and leave tyres and tarmac behind the white van. Remember, the reason for tyres and tarmac is in case the car in front breaks down or an emergency service vehicle approaches from behind. We've left ourselves room to manoeuvre. Also, personal safety. If you feel your personal safety is at threat from somebody outside the vehicle, you've left yourself an escape route. Traffic ahead, I've got a van, there's a bus in the distance which we'll probably need to overtake at some point. Parked cars on the left, I'm looking to see if there's any pedestrians standing between them. I'm also looking underneath the cars to see if I can see legs. I'm less than 10 miles an hour, first gear selected. Zebra crossing ahead. There is a pedestrian near to it, so we may need to think about stopping. I'm honestly not sure if she's going to cross. No, she's standing away from it. Another zebra crossing. No pedestrians nearby. On the left with reversing lights on. While there's nothing coming towards me, I'm actually over the centre line just to keep away from these parked cars a little more. And we'll be turning left near to where the bus is. Bus has got a left signal on, there's passengers getting off, signalling right now to move off, so let's hold back. The highway code says we should let buses pull out if it's safe to do so. We're taking the next road on the left, checking the left mirror for cyclists, left signal going on. It's a very tight left turn this, so I've come down to about 6 miles an hour. First gear selected, nobody coming out of the road. Getting my steering straight before I speed up. We can see there's a car park ahead, so we know that we've got to bend either to the left or the right. And on this occasion it's a bend to the right. Looks very sharp, slowing down to about 15, kept it in second gear. Following the road round to the left. We've got signs for no right turn and stop. So even though I can see the road to the right is clear, I have to stop anyway just to double check. Turning right, fourth exit at the roundabout. It's signposted Dudley A463. That's what we're looking for painted in the road. I'm guessing it's going to be a right lane for a right turn, and it does indeed say A463. I'm letting the traffic ahead just get a little further ahead so I can see what's painted in the road ahead. A463's middle lane or right lane. I've selected middle. I'm staying between the white lines. Green traffic light. The white lines have now spiralled me out to the left, and I can't go anywhere but this exit, so I'm not going to worry about a signal. Warning sign for a sharp left bend. Traffic lights are green. Can't see pedestrians on the left. I can see it's clear now, so accelerating. Car behind me seems to be slowing down, so I'm off the gas, using some brake. Slow down a little more, I might be able to keep the car moving at say 15 miles an hour. At the roundabout in the distance we will be turning right, so I'm going to start preparing for that now. Behind me there's a black car about to overtake me, so I'm just easing off the gas slightly to let him go past. Checking the right mirror again. Signal to the right. Right turn at the roundabout, we'll guess it's the right lane, that makes sense. Arrows in the road say straight on or right, and the green sign says that lane 3 on the right hand side is for the right turn. Signal's going on now. I've selected second gear, all clear. Staying between the white lines, the arrow is pointing to the right. The markings are spiralling me out to the middle lane now. It's the next exit, so left signal. This is the faded paint roundabout again. And it actually puts me into the middle lane. I want to turn left at the next roundabout. I'm going to signal left, see if anybody's kind enough to let me in. I'm going to try and tuck in behind this silver car. Nobody wants to let me in. The Range Rover going to let me in? Yes, he is. Thank you very much. I'm just going to open the window so I can say thank you to him. Closing the window again. We're in a 30 mile an hour zone. Set my speed limiter to 30. I'm just letting the car in front gain a bit more distance. Two pedestrians on the left. We've got hatching in the middle of the road. It's a broken line, so we could drive it in if we had some reason to do so. Traffic's moving nicely and I'm not planning to overtake anybody, so I'll be staying out of it. If it was surrounded by a solid white line, we would not be allowed to drive in the hatched area. You could consider it like a brick wall. Let's think about what we've done on this driving test so far. We've done left and straight on at roundabouts, we've done right at roundabouts, we've done left at traffic lights, we've done straight on at traffic lights. We haven't done right at traffic lights yet. And that's coming up now. These traffic lights turning right. Let's check some mirrors. Got a signal on. We're going to guess it's over to the right hand side. There's the right pointing arrow. You can see a cyclist approaching, two vans approaching, lights have gone red. Handbrake and neutral. I can't really see the lights in the opposite direction, so I'll take my cue for getting ready to go when I see the traffic slowing down or stopping from the road in the left or the right. There's no urgency for us to move off quickly because we've got to give way to traffic coming towards us anyhow. Just being aware of where that cyclist might be going. And I can see it's clear to carry on. Over the hump bridge are solid white lines. We cannot cross that line to overtake anybody unless it is a slow vehicle doing less than 10 miles an hour displaying a flashing amber beacon. And quite honestly, it's such a short section of road, I'd just wait behind it anyway. Taking the next road on the right, signalling right. Taking up a position towards the middle of the road, second gear selected, clear towards me, clear in the new road. And we're in a 20 mile an hour zone. That would be a good thing to come up on a driving test, wouldn't it? See if you're paying attention. Have a think about why this road might be a 20 zone. Right mirror to go around the parked cars. I can see a warning sign for a school. And unexpected pedestrian stepping out of a van. That's why we always stay at least a car door width away from cars when possible. The sign saying I have priority over oncoming traffic. I can see the oncoming vehicle is slowing. Turning left signal. The car behind me is approaching quite quickly, so an early signal helped him to slow down for me. Possible meeting situation here. Car approaching. I'm just coming off the gas slowly to let him get himself somewhere safe. Pedestrian crossing the road. I'm turning left at the traffic lights. Signals going on after this side road. And lights are red. I can't see the lights controlling the roads to the left or the right, so again I'll take my cue to get ready from when other vehicles have stopped. At the moment only traffic to the left appears to be moving. There's some right turning traffic that I'm guessing is controlled by a filter arrow, so they may move before us. Got one car behind me. Keeping alert, just checking out if anybody's sneaking up on me, cyclists or motorcyclists. Traffic seems to have stopped. I'm going to get ready. I can always change my mind and go back into neutral in a moment. Another vehicle moving. I'm going to stand down, back into neutral. I'll wait till the traffic that's turning right from the road on the right has stopped. Then I'll get myself ready again. Traffic seems to have died down. First gear ready. Checking mirrors to make sure there's no cyclist or motorcyclists again. Bringing my speed limiter back up to 30 to match the road. Pedestrian on the left. Bus ahead that's likely to pull into a bus stop. I can see a blue sign for a bus lane on the left. I can see blue sign for a cycle path. We're turning left at the traffic lights in the distance. This is a pedestrian crossing. It also controls the tram. Box junction. I'm confident we can get through without having to stop. We're turning left at the traffic lights. Note how we can't use the left lane because it's for buses and trams. I will pop my signal on now. The arrow says straight on and left. Just letting the bus get ahead a little more. Traffic light filter arrows straight on and left, so we are okay to carry on. Meeting situation, just coming on the brake a little to let the white car pass. Buy myself some more time. So have we covered everything that we think might pop up on a driving test? We've done roundabouts in all directions, we've done traffic lights in all directions, we've done some residential roads with a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. We haven't done a reverse. That would come up on a driving test, but my cameras aren't really positioned to demonstrate a reverse very well. We've been on a 50-mile-an-hour dual carriageway. We've even followed some road signs for the destinations of Warsaw, Wolverhampton and Bilston, so that could be an alternative to following SatNav. Traffic lights in the distance, we will be going straight on. I can already see warning signs ahead for a double bend and road narrows on both sides. When you have two warning signs mounted on the same pole, you read them from top to bottom. So the top sign is the first hazard you will come to, that's the road narrowing. And the sign on the bottom is the second hazard. I'm just checking left and right mirrors. And that's the double bend to the left and to the right. Says slow in the road. I'm coming down to about 20 miles an hour. I can stay on my own side of the road quite easily. We'll be taking the next road on the right back towards the driving test centre. See the road now, checking mirrors, signalling right. I think I'll be going after the one car that's approaching. Slowing, second gear, all clear ahead, all clear in the new road. And here's the advisory speed limit of 15. Turning right at the end of the road, we've got a give way sign. Notice how the give way triangle is upside down compared to all of the other warning signs. Give way is the only sign that is upside down, so even if it was covered in snow you would still know what it meant. And pulling up on the left in a safe place. So there you have an example of a driving test route for the Wolverhampton Driving Test Centre. It's included all of the necessary elements except the reverse. We could also do an emergency stop on a driving test, and the examiner will also ask you 2 questions which we've not covered today. But that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you again very soon.